Good morning, sixth graders. Happy Wednesday. We are officially now another half a week through to the end of the year. And it's coming up quick and it's going by fast. So I hope that you guys are all well and that you are staying safe and healthy and enjoying this time with your family. But I also hope you are paying attention to the projects we have coming up and what we're asking you to do because managing your time is really important during this process. So, you can see my story mountain is still there from. Oh, I'm terrible at pointing again. My story mountain is there from yesterday's lesson. If you missed out, I put a bunch of resources into the classroom yesterday afternoon. One is a slides presentation that talks about how to use the story arc when planning your stories. Ideally, you have like a rough outline of that arc by Friday so that you know like what big events are going to happen, what you are going to have for your climax, how you're going to introduce your characters, what characters you're going to have, what kind of actions are going to go through that sort of thing. So we use the same graphic that I used for that slideshow in the classroom this year. So hopefully it should be familiar. And if you are like Izzy Rizzo and you want to have a copy of that sent to you, let me know and I can post the PDF as well. I may actually just post the PDF. I don't know. I'm figuring that out. So, sticking with our theme of reading, today's quote comes from Dr. Seuss. And he says, "You can find magic wherever you look. Sit back and relax. All you need is a book." And you guys know my love for Dr. Seuss, but I really think he is quite clever and he is quite honest with his poems. Although they are meant for children, they really have some deeper meanings to them sometimes. And this is one of them. You know, he's really telling you how much he appreciates reading and stories. And, you know, like we've been talking about, a good book is the best medicine on the hardest of days. So, um, I'm going to post another chapter of Percy for you. Again, there's no quizzes this week because I really want you focusing on your writing. But I do also want you to be listening and following along and reading that book, right? We want to finish that before the end of the year. And then, some of the resources I posted yesterday were some examples. So one is a student example from last year who gave me his permission to share it. And and then the rest, there's like a bunch of actual myths that some we've kind of touched on a little bit, but others we haven't. For example, quite a few of you have talked about using monarch or butterfly migration as your natural phenomenon. And there is a myth that talks about how the character became a butterfly. So I want you to pay attention to those. So take a look at those, read through them, see if they help you with your stories. And if you're putting your drafts, if you're starting to draft already and you're putting that in that original assignment, let me know when you're ready for feedback because I don't want to jump the gun if you're still working on it, but I also want to give you some feedback if you're ready. So let me know. See ya.